How's my hair look? Hello, people. I don't know if anybody's going to show up for this, but here I am working 6 o'clock on a Monday, answering questions if anybody has them. So far, there's some people here. Where am I? I'll wait a few minutes. I don't know. I just sent that message out recently. I know we're meeting tomorrow, the Zoom meetings. Hey. I guess as you log in and join here, if you have any question, it's hard to read. I'm outside. Hey, Brandon. If you have any questions, put them up on the screen, and I'll try to answer them. And then you can, go if you want, or stick around. I don't have a lot to say or talk about or anything, and I'm on the roof, so it's hard to writing assignment on Siddhartha. Hey. So if you're here, I'm going to try to answer all these questions. So Siddhartha, that's a good question. If you saw Classroom today, I assigned the book. You guys need to go there, and you don't have to download it, but there's the live. Free full text of the of the whole book. So you need to read the first chapter for Friday, and there are also study questions for Siddhartha for the first chapter for Friday. So yeah, you need to do those, and we'll get through that book on time. Hopefully, you're probably going to do a little more reading next week than you would just this week, but we're starting off slowly. Good. I'm going to scoot down to turn study guide questions after read part 1. I would do the study questions. That's a good question. I would do the study questions every week. So the first study questions are going to be due on, sorry, I'm outside, so I'm squinting and maybe I should move, but study questions are going to be due this week. So first chapter and the study questions, I'm going to collect those on Friday. So not at the I'm going to move around. I'm going to get out of the sun so I can read what you guys are saying. Bear with me, people. Sorry. Let's see if this is better. No. Is that better? I didn't plan this very well, but I wanted to be outside because it's nice out. So that's the answer to the study questions. I want to talk about the zine, but I kind of wanted to wait till more people were here. I know that's probably a big question that a lot of you have. Siddhartha, study questions. That's better. Be squinty and not necessarily see what it is that you wrote. When are we done with the school year? I don't know. I think. You guys have been getting emails, and I think you saw that the last day for school is June 15th, and I don't know definitively, but I think seniors, from the rumors and from what I'm hearing, I think seniors are going to be done about the same time that you guys were going to be done originally. So that's going to be like the 20-ish of May. So if you're keeping track of how many days are left in school, that's a month. So you got about a month left. It's not a definitive answer. I don't know anything. I'm just passing along what I think I heard. If you have questions about graduation, I don't know the answers. I know that they're trying to address those things. I don't know anything. I keep asking if you see the classroom stuff. People ask me the questions, and I keep saying I don't know anything, and that I know as I know everything or anything, I'll tell you. So yeah, you're reading the whole book. It's a great book. It's we were going to read it anyway. If the school year were regular, Siddhartha would take us, maybe 6 weeks, but we don't have 6 weeks left in school as far as I can tell. So it's going to be a 4-week assignment. The zine is going to take you, 4 weeks, where the zine would normally have taken us 6, 7 weeks to do. We're going to do it in 4 weeks. It's going to be different. It'll be shorter. You won't have as much in there. But ultimately you're doing the assignment. Cutting us some slack on the assignments. I've already cut you a ton of slack on the assignments. There is no there's no more slack to give you. You guys are doing basically 2 things a week. You're going to do the zine entries, and you're going to do the reading and the questions. I think the zine entries will take you, I don't know, 40 minutes maybe tops to sit down and write a page about something. And to read, you can fit in reading over the course of a week and answering. I think there are like 5 or 6 questions. So So each week you're going to have 2 things due, and one is going to be the zine entry that's going to be due on Friday, and the other is going to be the study questions. So you're going to have to figure out how to work that in over the week. But I don't think that stuff is too onerous, too difficult. I think next week there'll be more. I think we'll read, more than one chapter, and I think you'll write more than one. Well, maybe not write more than one zine entry, but you'll be working on your zines as well. So there's no more slack. That is, you got, there's not a lot being given to you. Grades are all done. Maybe you saw your grades. I think I finalized them this morning. Nothing really changed. If you were close to a grade up, I bumped you up. Discuss the questions together, or just do and turn it in. I think what we'll do is I think you mean the questions on the book. I think what we'll do is you can read and you can answer those questions on your own. I think what I'll do is this, maybe on Thursdays. I'll have a discussion of the chapter like we would do it in class, and I'll talk about what went on, and while we're doing that, you answer the questions and get more out of it or change your answers. That's fine with me. That sounds like a good plan as well. I like talking about the books. I don't like necessarily doing it like this, but that might be the way it is. Maybe we can do a Zoom. I can try that too. And see how that goes. The Zoom hasn't been great because, most of you guys aren't showing up on time, or you don't show up at all. And it's just kind of a waste. Fourth quarter grades are going to be pass fail. Or credit, no credit. Basically what that means, as far as we know right now, is, if you have a passing grade, that would be basically a D, C, B, or A, you'll get credit for the class. And if you don't, you won't get credit for the class. If this week you turn in, if every week you turn in your homework and every week you turn in your zine entry, and then at the end you turn in your final zine, you're going to pass. I don't know how the average of your grade point average is going to work out. Nobody's really discussed that with us. Wouldn't even know where to begin to guess that. I would probably, think that if you had an A last quarter and you get a pass this quarter, then your GPA in English for fourth quarter is an A. But who knows? I don't know that answer. More questions. The zine, I guess I'm going to have to answer this all day tomorrow when we meet class by class on Zoom as well. The zine is going to be something that you're going to put together on Google Sites, and you're going to turn them in on online, and I'll just grade them online. There are going to be 5 entries minimum. If you look at that category worksheet, you can see that there's 6 categories, and the directions historically have been that you have to do all 6 plus another one, but we're obviously going to change that because we don't have all the time to do that. So there'll be less. You won't turn in a physical zine, you'll turn in an online zine. I would suggest that you guys take some time, if you don't know and haven't done it already, take some time and look at Google Sites and try to figure out how to use that. Somebody I did talk to earlier was not totally digging the idea of doing Google Sites. And so I was thinking of options. And, traditionally, historically, I've shown you the zines and you know what you're going to turn in. It would be like that booklet, or that, that whole book, which I love and never wanted to do an electronic one. And I was thinking, if you want to do a hard copy of your zine, the way that I'm thinking we could probably do it, but I don't know how that would work. You'd have to have a printer. I guess we can, make adjustments individually. But I think if you wanted to put together a hard copy of your zine and do it the way we would have done it originally, you'd have to send me a video of you, or we'd have to Zoom, individually, of you showing me your zine page by page. And I would guess, I would look at it and grade it that way. I mean, that's an option for some of you if you want to do it that way. I like the idea of having a zine that you can hold. But and if you have another idea, of something you want to do, but the online with the 5 entries is going to be, pretty straightforward, easy enough. You can decorate it. You can do a good job on it. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow during the class meetings on Zoom. 11 people. Nobody checks their email. I don't know. You guys are all sleeping. I don't know what you guys are doing. More questions. Anybody have any more questions? I think I talked about things that I think you need to hear about right now. And this will be, people can access this online and see it repeated. I don't know what Ray means. I'm going to sit here awkwardly for a minute in the sun. I would tell you a story about something, but I don't know what it is. Are there any more Zoom? Yeah, Trevor, there are Zoom classes. We're doing Zoom classes tomorrow. If you look at that schedule, I think the Zoom class, is it tomorrow or is it Wednesday? It might be Wednesday. I don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, Zoom classes every week, at least once. And again, if you guys have questions as time goes on, you have my cell phone number, you have my email, you have my other email. You've got every way there is to contact me to clarify anything that you need to clarify. This quarter is going to go by quickly. I don't even know if they'll do interims this quarter with us only having basically 4 weeks between now and when you guys are done. I'll sit here and wait before I say goodbye for one more minute. And if you can think of anything else. Has anybody else been able to get a haircut? I obviously have not been able to get a haircut, and I've given up shaving completely. So I'm a big mess. I don't know the answer to that, Trevor. I'd say that the answer that the state Department of Education would give you is that we're coming back on what was it? May 15th. But I don't believe that. It'd be great if we did. I'd like to get back to school, but I don't know that that's going to happen. Every other school district around us is closed, for the rest of the year. I don't know. I didn't look at the list here. It doesn't look like any of you that have, signed in failed the class. So that's not something that we need to talk about. Again, go back and look at your grades. Do we need to use pictures of ourselves for the zine? Look, in the zine that we would usually do, I would put there has to be art, um, and the art can be whatever it is that you want it to be. A lot of times, people in their zine put in pictures of themselves and of their friends and that kind of stuff. Um, I don't know. I think pictures are good for your zine. I think putting in art and pictures of yourselves and your friends is a good thing. I guess we'll cross that bridge a little later. But there will be some visual things that you have to do. Graduation. I don't know the answer to graduation. I wish I did. Um, um, Nobody knows anything about graduation yet, and everybody's still waiting for um, the announcement from the county or the state. Um, the only thing I heard was that like Baltimore County has canceled, you know, all that stuff. Um, and I don't know what the implications of that are. I don't know how, if there's options. I don't know if they'll do it I don't know. So it's a good question, and I feel bad for everybody, the seniors, you guys, my seniors, and everybody else around the world who's got a momentous occasion like a wedding or you know all those things that should be super special. Um, so I don't know. Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't want to say of course, but if you paid your cap and gown and you paid your senior dues and you know, you don't get a cap and gown and you don't get, what your senior dues pay for, I imagine you definitely get your money back. Um, so again, I think I just answered that, Tiffany. And there was a message from Mr. Gerber on Google Classroom today that said, something like, "For right now, focus on taking care of what we can't take care of, and they'll answer those questions about refunds, eventually." But I would imagine, of course, you'll get your money back, and they'll figure out how to do that. Do you think schools? Gosh, I don't know, Craig. I hope so. Um, I don't really like teaching students and not, you know, being around them and interacting with them. I don't think this is quite the same as, going to school. Um, I guess it all depends on what happens over the summer. I'm sure that every school, every high school, middle school, elementary school, college is busy making, plans for, well, probably get us through this school year, but for what happens, next school year. Um, and it's a mystery to everybody right now. So if you're coming back to Paint Branch next fall, or you're going off to University of North Carolina or whatever, I think everything right now you know is a big question mark. And cross your fingers and hope the best. Alrighty. I think we've said everything. I'll wait one more second, see if anybody, chimes in here. Tomorrow, I don't, maybe it's not tomorrow. I don't know. I should probably figure out how to look. Oh, hi, Miss Spears. How you doing? Um, uh, whenever it is, I think it's Wednesday. Maybe it's tomorrow. I don't know. Whenever it is, that I'll send out a Zoom invitation to meet, and we can talk about stuff more in depth. So hopefully there'll be more people there to go over stuff. Figure that on Thursday at the end of the day, I'll put together one of these things again, a YouTube live thing, and we'll talk about Siddhartha. And between now and then, do your reading and choose from that category that I assigned to you. It's the opinion commentary. So pick something that's going on in the world. And we were talking about this tomorrow, but pick something going on in the world and write about it, whether it's school or, the government. I mean, there's lots of, current events to talk about. So and share your opinions. It's first person. It's, about what you're going through or what you feel about something. And, if you have an opinion you want to share about the way things are going, that's the opportunity to do that. Alrighty. I'm going to assume that that's everybody and all your questions. If you have questions still, you know how to text me, you know how to email me. I think that's the only way to. You can give me a comment on Google Classroom as well. Alrighty. I hope you guys have a nice night. Go out and enjoy the nice weather before it gets dark, and it's not going to be nice tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys. See you later. Take care. Stay safe.